Anyone who has killed someone knows that destroying the body is a very important step. I didn't open my eyes or move around. I don't like to watch the fun. If I'm discovered by accident, it won't be fun. How was the head of the family? Is he dead? Moon's tone was very calm. Although that person was his savior and had taken him in since he was a child, they were just using each other. There was no need to be sincere. Oh, what a pity he didn't die. Tom went to see the wound. It wasn't a fatal blow, but the force was strong, so there was so much blood at the scene. When he thought of this, he stuck his head out and glanced at me. Tom never believed that there would be such a coincidence. He felt that this matter was definitely related to me. But it was just a suspicion, so he didn't plan to tell Moon. It's okay, then why are you so anxious? Do people like you also believe in ghosts? I can tell with my toes that this is a frame-up. Okay, it's my fault. I disturb you too, right? Then I'll leave, okay. Tom was speechless. He was the one who was wronged. Not only was he arrested early in the morning to see a doctor, but he also had no breakfast, and he was scolded by others. Is this the sadness of working people? Wait, I need your help with something. Moon really wanted to know what happened to me last night. Help me test Asher's blood and see if there is anything different. I always feel that there is something wrong with him. Moon was a little conflicted. He didn't want to see me like that, full of violence, giving people a feeling of killing gods and Buddhas. But at the same time, he hoped that person was me. Being too kind is not good after all, and you'll suffer. I quietly buried my head in the quilt while lying on the bed. My head was about to explode, and the bones of my body seemed to be reshaped. I felt a sense of fracture. This kind of pain is what I often have to endure. When there is no medicine, it will make people want to die. What's more terrible is that I used my mental power last night. At this time, if I have blood drawn, it will soon be discovered that I am different. Then I will be treated as a monster, disliked by Moon, and sent for research. I don't want to be like that. I don't want to live that kind of life anymore. No one can send me back, not even Moon. Sensing the movement on the bed, Moon took out a syringe from the side. Sitting on the bed, he whispered to me, Asher, can I draw a tube of blood? Be good, stretch out your hand. I'll send it for examination. I didn't move. I didn't want to be like this. Seeing this, Moon also felt that drawing a tube of blood was nothing. So he took my hand and prepared to draw blood. Unexpectedly, my other hand immediately pulled out a blade from under the pillow, severely scratched Moon's hand, and sat on the pillow with the quilt in my arms. I suddenly raised my head and looked at Moon with a pair of shining eyes. The alienation in my eyes surprised Moon a little. Not only that, my eyes were also sharp, like a knife, with a chill, and gradually revealed a murderous intent that could not be concealed. Asher, I'm sorry. I don't mean to hurt you. Don't be afraid of me. Moon raised his hands to show that he really didn't think about doing anything. Tom rushed over and took a look at the blade in my hand and the scratch on Moon's hand. He thought that I was the one who hurt the head of the family. Okay, don't get close to Asher first. He should be stimulated by something. I'll bandage you first. In fact, Tom just wanted Moon to stay away from me. I looked at the two of them and felt a little uncomfortable. They looked the most suitable, growing up in a normal environment, daring to love and hate. It was completely different from me. However, since it is what I want, no one can take it away. I will get rid of all the people around Moon, and then I will be the only one. No one will know my secret. Absolutely no one will know. Since this farce in the morning, Moon has never come again. At noon, the messenger sent me food, but I didn't eat it. I wanted to use self-abuse to exchange for Moon's heartache. I was also afraid that Moon would blame me for not coming to me all day. I guess he was angry. But unexpectedly, Moon didn't come. I didn't see a single person all day, and he didn't show up even when I was sleeping. I was confused and didn't know what to do. It's sad not to be loved, but it's unfortunate not to love. Coincidentally, I have both. I feel very irritable and disgusted with myself. Thinking about it, my hair became longer. Looking at myself in the mirror, I don't know what kind of mood I should have. Accept it or spit on it? I stood up, opened the window, and let myself do free fall, feeling the wind whistling in my ears. Then I landed safely and swaggered out of the Lin family. I am more suitable to seek revenge and find something bloody to do. Walking barefoot in the alley, the lights are still dim. The empty and broken beer bottles are tilted and twisted next to the trash can. I didn't avoid them, but stepped on them. The blood instantly melted on the ground, and the soles of my feet became unrecognizable. I didn't care, and I was very happy to step on them. Leaning against a trash can, I took out my mobile phone obediently. Hello, Jiangji. I'm scared. Can you come to me? The tone was weak, with a crying tone and a little suppressed and painful sigh, as if it was pulled out from the depths of my soul with difficulty. After that, I didn't hang up the phone. There was a cry. That was my cry. While deliberately suppressing it, I finally couldn't help crying. A tearing cry, crying in the moonlit alley, inexplicably created a sense of sadness. When Orphan heard the voice, he felt a sense of surprise that he had lost, but could not get, and there was no doubt at all. Asher, please stop crying. Tell me where you are. I'll come and find you. Wait for me. Orphan's tone was very anxious and urgent. This time he had a chance. He must hold me tightly. I sent you the address. I'll wait for you. You must come. I'll wait for you. I showed a wicked smile with calculations in my eyes. Now that you are here, you can't leave. I'm going to treat you the way you treat me. I want to play with you well. You gave me to one person. In order to repay you, I decided to give you to a group of people. Don't be moved. Orphan didn't bring anyone with him. He drove to the place I said by himself. Except for a pool of blood, he didn't see anything. Asher, where are you? Why God was silence. In a place where Orphan couldn't see, I tilted my head. My eyes were as red as roses, and there was a layer of sickness in them. I was slow and curled my lips, and I seemed to be in a good mood. It was at this time that Orphan's body began to lose control, or it could be said that his mind began to lose control, and he made some strange behaviors and lay stiffly in a pile of mud. The mud and water also splashed all over his body and face, and his fair and handsome face was also filthy. Orphan struggled to get up, but it seemed that something was pressing on him, perfectly imprisoning his hands and feet. When such a weird thing happened, Orphan was a little panicked. He had never encountered such a thing before, and he didn't know how to explain it. He was a materialist and never believed that there were ghosts in the world. However, the thing that scared him was still behind. Several big men stumbled like zombies. Their eyes were greedy and drooling, and their expressions were also abnormal. Orphan wanted to shout, but his throat seemed to be filled with lead, and he couldn't speak. The group of people in the bar didn't say anything either. Their eyes were shining, their fingers were on Orphan's body, and their noses were close to Orphan's neck. Their movements were extremely rough. One person was not enough. So a group of people came together. One of them roughly opened Orphan's mouth and fed an unknown candy into Orphan's mouth. He was perfectly presented in front of everyone, and in this dim street, they began to act recklessly. Orphan couldn't even close his eyes. His whole body was trembling, cold sweat was pouring out, his heart was beating wildly in his bony chest. He couldn't even beg weakly, due to the effect of the drug. He even showed signs of catering to the other party, catering to what he hated the most. This process lasted for 5 minutes. I was tired, my mental strength was injured, and controlling so many people at once was already an overload. I really couldn't hold on. Orphan is like a piece of cloth, with marks all over my body, sobbing, fear and fatigue. Almost I'm all over, unable to move, I excitedly shook my bloody feet on the trash can. If you look closely, you'll find that my cold white face is stained with a little blood, and my pale lips are stained with bright red. I lean against the wall weakly, and the whole person is broken and desolate. Revenge seems to be avenged, but not as happy as imagined. Instead, I'm a little overwhelmed. I don't know what to do. The world is so grand, but I have no home. No one has told me where to go when I'm injured, where to go when I am hungry. They will only lie to me in the most gentle tone. If they can keep lying, I can actually accept it. I stood in front of Orphan, lowered my head, and leaned over the person on the ground. There were some tiny lights in my eyes. My smile was gentle and affectionate. The corners of my eyes were scarlet, dangerous and crazy. My voice was gentle and soft. Orphan, you once promised me that you would not lie to me and love me. I believed you, but you broke your promise. I am very unhappy. I don't like betrayal. As I said that, I approached Orphan's face carefully. At this time, Orphan felt that I was like a ghost, a monster. How would he allow me to touch him? He turned his head away in disgust. Let the tears mix with the dirty mud on the ground. He used to love cleanliness, so clean that he had to be spotless all over, but now he has no right to dislike the mud under him. After all, he is not as clean as it. My hand did not touch the other person's face, just hanging in the air, and I was not angry. I spoke to myself. You know what? I envy everyone in this world very, very much because there's always one light that belongs to you among the thousands of lights outside, and the noisy world is also yours. But I have nothing. I obviously come from the crowd, but I'm always excluded by the crowd. You treat me as an alternative, hurt me at will, trample on me, and I endure it silently. I believe that as long as I work hard to live, there will always be someone who will light a light for me, telling me that where there is light, you have a home. I thought you would be that person. When I said this, tears dripped down my cheeks to the ground. I didn't want to show my cowardice, and I kept wiping with one hand, but I couldn't stop it. I was wronged and uncomfortable, but no one would comfort me. Never. But you still don't want me, just like those people, just as disgusting, just as fond of using me. In that case, you should just die. When you go to hell, say hello to those people for me. As I cried, the blade in my hand had already cut Orphan's carotid artery. Blood splashed all over my face, blurring my vision. I licked the blood on my lips with my tongue, then stuck it out. Your blood is not sweet at all. Make it sweeter next time. Watching Orphan die in fear, and unwillingness. I didn't leave either. I just sat there, letting the blood stain my hands. The last time I hurt someone was the last time. I was a little uncomfortable. The darkness and blood instantly pulled my memory back to a long, long time ago. But it didn't seem to be long ago because that was my childhood, a memory that belonged to me alone, the only one. My childhood was different from everyone else's. My childhood was dark, so dark that only pain and blood remained. The thing I have eaten the most since I was a child should be pig food, and the most common posture should be kneeling. Before I left home, I thought every child should be like this. Only in this way can I see my mother smile. But one day, when I was kneeling naked in the snow, it seemed that there was only me in the world, and the heavy snow was just falling for me, just for me. The snow was so cold, really cold. I seemed to be a rotten person abandoned by the world in a corner. My cold body, numb knees, and body that was shivering unconsciously were attracted by a light. Through the window, I can feel the warmth, the warm yellow light, the smiling face, and a little boy who was nestled in his mother's arms eating noodles. Someone fed him noodles with his mouth open. The family was happy, talking and laughing, without beatings and scolding, and without a heavy atmosphere. It was great. I couldn't stop envy in my eyes. It turned out that all the children in the world were happier than me. For one night, it was the happiness of this family that supported me to survive that snowy day. I also want to eat noodles made by my family, and I can also add an egg. No, I don't even need an egg. Just a bowl of noodles is enough. It doesn't have to be exactly the same as that little boy. I don't have so many requirements. Instant noodles are also fine. I really want to eat it. However, after so many years, I still haven't eaten it. My dream of youth has not been realized after all, so I haven't died yet. After I eat it, I will be willing to die and will not stay in this world. I fell into memories until my hands were sticky and completely stained red by Orphan's blood. I withdrew my hands, gently touched Orphan's lips with my fingers, and manually colored Orphan's lips. Then I pulled the clothes next to him and covered him. I got up and quietly walked out of the alley. As soon as I stepped out of the alley, a whip came towards me. With one whip, my flesh and blood were blurred, and even my bones were broken. That crisp sound, no one can bear such pain. I covered my shoulders, my whole body was weak, and I leaned against the wall. My soul was trembling. I am very familiar with this kind of whip. This group of people came to catch me again. I didn't expect that they could sense the mental power I used so quickly. Asher, I didn't expect you to have this day. Where can you escape now? Where can you run today? You better go back with us obediently and work for us. We will make you the strongest person in the world, with the ability to look down on everyone. A group of people wearing masks and golden earrings against the light blocked my way and approached step by step. Although I was at a disadvantage, I was not panicked at all. I raised my eyes slightly and stopped the pace of these people in an instant. Even if I die, I want the other party to accompany me. For the time being, neither side could do anything to the other, but soon I couldn't hold on any longer. I covered my chest and squatted on the ground, covering it with one hand very hard, as if I wanted to press that hand into my chest. After the other party felt that the restraint on his body disappeared, he swung another whip over, and before it fell on me, I was caught by the mysterious man. Everyone, you are digging too blatantly, aren't you? I am his master, and I am not dead yet. The mysterious man pulled hard, and the whip appeared in his hand, and then he whipped the other party with his backhand. It is not the turn of others to teach his people a lesson. Today, I won't kill you. Go back and tell your master that Asher belongs to me, little devil. As long as I am still here, he will never return to your hands. You threw him away in the first place. Now there is no room for regret. He had a confident smile on his evil and handsome face, and his voice was as cold as 1,000 years of ice. He successfully scared everyone away. He was still chewing candy in his mouth, squatting down and looking at me who was half dead. You really haven't made any progress. You always like to do things that hurt others and yourself. Every time you make yourself so embarrassed, it's really pitiful. Little Devil was merciless and ridiculed my stupid behavior without hesitation. But the hand was much kinder than the mouth. He took out a candy from his pocket, pinched my mouth, and fed the candy into it. The familiar strawberry flavor spread in my mouth, hitting my taste buds. It was the taste of the first meeting. Sweet, sweet to the heart. This time I didn't spit it out. I missed Brother Yin a little. This candy was Brother Yan's favorite flavor. Every time I taste this, I always think about how good it would be if it was me who died instead of Brother Yin. Take care of yourself. Asher, remember, I will always be there waiting for you to come home. Little Devil clapped his hands and left. I was left alone, as if I had nowhere to go. I didn't want to go back to the Lin family for the time being. I would be so embarrassed if I went back now. What I wanted was to wait for Moon to come to me. In this case, I might as well continue to take revenge. It's time to take revenge on my teacher. The weather is cold, and Elias should die. Thinking of this, a bright smile finally appeared on my face, and even my pale cheeks were stained with a strange and morbid blush, like an evil ghost descending into the world. I took a few deep breaths, slowly stood up against the wall, and walked along the path with my red feet. It seemed that I had no direction, but it seemed very clear, and finally stopped outside the Liu family. I fell asleep leaning against the door. I was really tired. Living is too painful. After helping Elias solve the Jiang family's problems, Dominic was also exhausted. He sat slumped in the car, constantly pressing his eyebrows. Master, that person seems to be Master Shun. He is back, really back. Simon's eyes are sharp, and he quickly found me. We haven't seen each other for a long time. Since the last time Professor Venier died, they can't find me anymore. Dominic opened his eyes instantly when he heard it, and the missing corner of his heart was suddenly filled. He jumped out as soon as he opened the door, squatted in front of me, and touched the face that made him think about day and night. There was temperature and softness, not fake. Asher, what's wrong with you? Dominic saw that my condition was very wrong and pressed his cold hand on my forehead, but I didn't have any fever. I was stimulated by this coldness, opened my eyes slightly, and stretched out my hands, hold. My voice was a little hoarse, and the icy voice was covered with a layer of mist, and there was an uneven, panting sound, low and deep, covered up my weakness. Dominic stared blankly for a long time before reaching out and holding me in his arms. I felt myself off the ground and hit my eyelids again, and at the same time I was still mumbling, "My waist hurts, put your hand up a little." It seemed like he was dreaming, but Dominic still moved his hand upwards to make me feel more comfortable. "Dominic, I'm hungry, so hungry. I want to eat. Can you cook for me?" After hugging tightly, my voice became very gentle, and my voice was clean and clear. "Okay, I'll cook for you. Do you want to eat anything?" Dominic asked while holding me and walking inside. He was sure that I hadn't fallen asleep completely and was still very awake. "There's nothing I want to eat. I don't want to eat walnuts, and I don't want to eat noodles now. Anything else is fine." My words made Dominic's expression a little ugly. Am I emphasizing that I am not Dominic's substitute? "Okay, I'll make something else for you. I'm sorry that you spent those 2 years so uncomfortable." Dominic apologized to me with apology and sincerity. I didn't reply to him, but I slowly calculated in my heart. Dominic cooked for me, let me meet the teacher, and hugged me, so I will forgive you and won't kill you. The meal you cook later must be delicious. In this way, I will let you go and you will live well. The living room was brightly lit. Liu Jin unbuttoned his sleeves and really washed his hands to make a table of delicious food for me. There was a sweet smell in the air which I liked. But this is not enough to support me to live in this world, nor is it enough to persuade me to be kind. I will still kill Elias, then quietly go to heaven to make a delicious meal for the teacher and fall into hell forever. I have always been unyielding to fate and unremitting to reincarnation. However, I am willing to believe in the teacher once, hoping that the teacher will be happy and peaceful in the next life, meet a sincere person, sit and chat quietly, and must not meet me again. I am not good. I am dirty all over. Even my bones are rotten. I like to dry up, like to break, like to kill. People like me should be kept away from, not saved. When Dominic brought out the meal, he saw me lying flat, with a look of despair on my face. "What are you thinking about?" "Don't think about it. Come and eat." Dominic reached out, and his tall body blocked the light. That's how it felt like my world. It's pitch dark, but it's good. Okay. There was a little tenderness and affection in my eyes. But this is just acting. While like most is acting. Acting innocent, pure, and affectionate. But deep down, I am a complete bad guy. I won't even fall in love with others, and I have no interest in anyone. What I love most is to drag others into hell together. I am depraved, crazy, sick, and have no conscience. These are also the most direct comments from people in a laboratory about me. Facts have also proved that I seem to be the person they say I am. After sitting at the table, I picked up the bowl and desperately shoveled rice into my mouth, swallowing it voraciously, taking another bite before swallowing one. Seeing this, Dominic felt sour in his heart and could only keep picking dishes for me. It can be said that all the food on the table is what I like to eat, and the sweetness is also suitable. I didn't expect that one day there would be a meal in the world specially made for me. I didn't eat the food, and I was anxious not because I was hungry, but because I was afraid that such a preference would have a time limit. Only when all the food is eaten in the stomach is the safest, and no one can take it away. Because of this, I really ate up the whole table of food, which was at least enough for 4 people. Dominic wanted to stop me, but there were really stars in my eyes, and I could see that I was very happy at the moment. I am a person who will be happy because of a meal. The final result is that I have a stomachache, but it doesn't matter. If you want to get something, you have to pay a price. I can afford such a price, and I am willing to pay it. I lay down beside the piano, one hand covering my stomach, and the other hand casually pressing on the piano. Then, as if inspired, the other injured hand also reached up. The sad melody, soft and gentle, is the heartache, the relief of sorrow, and the signal of death. The sad melody is so sad. The diffuse sadness, the sad confession, feels that there are too many helplessness in life, too many joys and sorrows. Music is an angel sent by God to comfort the restless souls in the world. When people's sadness can't be cried out, they need music to catalyze it. Every note of it flows with sadness and is a release full of affection. Dominic didn't sleep. How long I played, how long Dominic listened, and how long he felt bitter in his heart. I didn't stop until the broken hair on my forehead was soaked with sweat and my hands couldn't be lifted because of the pain. I fell down on the edge of the bed, and I didn't know when I fell asleep. When I left the Lin family, I didn't even bring my cell phone with me, so Moon was looking for me like crazy. Moon never thought that he was just helping the head of the family to deal with some things. And when he came back, I disappeared, but surprisingly, none of the bodyguards outside the door and the secret guards outside the house had seen me. Keep sending people to look for him. How could a good person disappear? Go! Compared to Moon's irritability, Tom seemed very lazy. He leaned his whole body on his bodyguard, stretched out his hand to touch his blue earrings, and always felt very charming. As a bodyguard, Octan stood very straight, and there was almost no other reaction. He liked to have a cold face and exuded an aura of no strangers allowed, so Tom had never seen him smile. Moon, don't be too anxious. Believe me, you'll be fine. You don't have to guess that I slipped out by myself, but he was curious about how I avoided the sight of other people in the Lin family and went out quietly. Believe you? How can I believe that? He is in such a state, absent-minded, and seriously mentally abnormal. How can you let me believe what you said? Moon suddenly jumped up, his face twisted, and he wanted to destroy everything he saw in front of him. He swept away the things on the table, and they fell to the ground with a crackling sound, and his breathing was heavy and gloomy, like a wild wolf in anger. Tom was a little surprised. He didn't expect that his good friend, who didn't like to show his emotions, easily would become so crazy because of one person. It's useless for you to be angry. I will go to find him. If you really care about him, bring back the people you sent out. I really admire you. Don't you know that mobilizing so many people will make Asher be targeted by other young masters? Tom played the emotional card calmly. Sure enough, when he heard that it would hurt me, Moon calmed down immediately. It was indeed his negligence. Then go and find him. You must find him. Moon's tone softened a little, and there was a little compromise. I'll go find him now. Your wounds haven't healed yet. Don't stay up late and go to bed early. After saying this, Tom pulled his bodyguard out of the door. Ah Tan, have you made any progress in the investigation I asked you to do about him? Have you found out where he is now? From the first time he saw me, he felt that I was not simple and had already sent Ah Tan to follow me secretly. Master, someone deliberately erased his past, and this subordinate didn't find out, but he is now in the Liu family, and he also killed someone. Ah Tan will never forget that the man in the alley was so helpless when he died. What happened? This incident further verified Tom's guess, and in this case, he couldn't let me get close to Moon. Master, don't get excited first. I don't know the specific things. Asher is very sharp, or he has discovered me, so I didn't get close to him. I don't know what happened specifically. Atan was actually reserved. He had a lot of guesses about my identity. Or it can be said that they're the same kind of people. In that case, let's go meet him in person. Tom would never allow me to hurt his good brother. In that case, he should strike first. Atan nodded and agreed. He should also verify the other party's identity. The two looked at the dark Liu family without any lights and wanted to sneak in. Unexpectedly, I was more sensitive than they thought, and I sat on the tree waiting for them early. It's been a long time, Dr. Mu. I'm so lucky to let Dr. Mu sacrifice his sleep time to visit me. I leaned against the tree, playing with my long hair, and smiled gently and dotingly. However, the calmer the deep sea, the more likely it is to lurk huge scenery. A pair of peach blossom eyes that seem to smile, a bright and beautiful fairy face, beautiful to blur the male and female. This is Tom's first reaction. Tom had to admit that he'd seen so many people, and Asher was the most beautiful, but also the most dangerous. When he saw my appearance, Atan had confirmed his thoughts. Sure enough, I came out of the laboratory, but the sharp-eyed Atan soon discovered that I was uncomfortable. It is very difficult to deal with an experimental subject being uncomfortable, which also means that it is a little more painful than other people. But it is more than enough for me to deal with the two of them. Who are you, and what is your purpose in approaching Moon? Tom was afraid, and even his voice was trembling without his awareness. Dr. Mu is joking. I am Asher, and it is not me who wants to approach Moon, but he took the initiative to approach me. Moon has been using me since the first time they met, right? I changed my posture on the tree, jumped down, and looked at Tom on an equal footing. It was too disrespectful to be so high above. What do you want to do? Tom was so scared that he stepped back a few steps, and Atan also stepped forward to block Tom's body. When I saw the earrings on Atan's ears, I smiled with an ambiguous meaning. So you are his man? You really have cast such a wide net. I took out a blade from my sleeve and wiped it towards Tom's neck. With the injured hand, I only made a small blood mark, which did not cause much damage. The speed was so fast that both of them were confused, especially Tom. When he felt the pain, he reacted. Looking at a face so close, his back was covered with cold sweat. Dr. Mu, don't be afraid. I'm just making a little joke. After all, look at this weather. The cold wind is bleak, the dead trees are standing, and the night is quiet. It's so suitable for killing. However, considering that Dr. Mu has applied medicine to me, I won't kill you. I calmly pulled back my blade, looked at the blood on it, and wiped it on Tom's body, casually. Turning around, I saw Atan. I left my back to Tom, which was a test. If Tom took action, I would choose to kill him without hesitation. Tom sighed, his eyes full of helplessness. Why did the people he met become more perverted than each other? He thought Moon was already very perverted, but he didn't expect Moon to find someone who was even more perverted than him. What are you playing at? What do you want to do? If I'm not mistaken, the wound on Moon's neck was bitten by you. As soon as you came, he got hurt several times. Tom spoke only after feeling that the murderous aura on me had weakened. I'm not playing at all. Moon did something wrong, so I punished him. Does he really think he can do it perfectly? Not only that, he also injected drugs into Dominic and used Dominic to hurt me. In the end, he appeared in front of me like a savior. Do you think I shouldn't punish him? I spread my hands, indicating that I did nothing wrong. It was Moon who was wrong first. I still trusted him so much. Will you kill him? Tom also knew the methods of his brothers. A sheep in wolf's clothing refers to the kind of people like him. I looked up at Tom. His neckline was tight, revealing his beautiful jawline, and his face was stained with his own blood. It contrasted with my cold white skin, and there was a kind of seductive beauty that shocked people. Of course I won't kill him. Dr. Mu, don't worry, but I hope Dr. Mu won't reveal anything about me. I haven't forgiven Moon yet, and I'm still angry. If you say it, I can't guarantee that I won't do it. My low voice still dragged with lazy endings, sounding like a temptation from the deepest darkness. I promise you, I won't tell you, and please don't hurt him. He actually likes you very much, but the way he expresses his love is a little special. Of course, Dr. Mu, goodbye. I'm sleepy and want to sleep. I jumped onto the tree and returned to my room. With my current physical condition, I can hold on until now because I'm holding on. It hurts so much. My feet hurt, my stomach hurts, my hands hurt, and my waist hurts. In this case, let's indulge Elias a little. I'll go find him tomorrow. Master, are you okay with your injury? It's my incompetence that I can't protect you. Atan looked at the scratch on Tom's neck with an apologetic look on his face. It's okay. It's rare to see my cold, Ah, Tan feels sorry for someone. It doesn't hurt anymore. Let's go back first. You don't have to follow him recently. People I meet are probably moody. Yes, I obey your order. Master, let's go back first. The wound on your neck needs to be treated. I don't know if it will get infected. Okay, let's go. Don't tell Moon about this for now. Asher is fine here. Someone cares, and someone coaxes. The next day, Dominic knocked on the door for a long time, but I didn't come to open the door. Dominic was obviously a little anxious. His hand hit the door handle slightly. Unexpectedly, it was not locked, and he went in easily. Asher, are you feeling uncomfortable? Let me see. I was lying on the bed, shaky, and my face was red. You have a fever. It's so hot. I'll take you to the hospital. Dominic wanted to pick me up, but I didn't expect that I would struggle when I heard the word hospital. No, not at all. I don't like hospitals. You're all bad people. You will throw me in the hospital to suffer. I'm in pain. It hurts so much. Physiological tears fell from my eyes, like pear blossoms stained with raindrops. The tears of a beauty are beautiful, and it can't help but remind people of the misty rain in the south of the Yangtze River and the weak state of watering flowers. Dominic didn't expect this to happen and quickly put me down and gently wiped my tears with his cold fingertips, a little at a loss. I'm sorry, I didn't think about it. We won't go to the hospital. I'll go get you some medicine. You lie down first. Don't move. Dominic, who had covered Dominic with a quilt, left in a hurry, not noticing that his mobile phone had just been taken away by me. I unlocked the password of a mobile phone by memory, secretly hacked into Elias's mobile phone, pretended to be a stranger, and sent a photo to Elias. That was the photo of Dominic holding me. Of course, I had just made the photo. Elias's proud family background was destroyed. Dominic was everything to him. What I had to do was to let Elias see his brother Jeanan fall into my hands. Killing someone is fun only if you want to destroy their heart. It was worth it that I caught a cold last night after being blown by the cold wind all night.